Okay, so this is a 1966 Alfa Romeo 1300 GT Junior. It's one of the early 105 series. I believe the color is Verde Muccio, moss green. I think there were two variations of the color. This is a deeper of the two greens, and I think it's AR209. It's a European model that came over to the States sometime, not clear. The previous owner did not know, but I imagine it's been here for at least a few decades. It's been owned by two long-term owners based out of Miami area. One was supposedly a specialist in Mercedes who had likings for Italian cars as well. And the other gentleman was an Italian gentleman who just appreciated fine vintage Italian cars. They both had the means to kind of keep up with the car in terms of using it as well as maintaining it. When I picked it up, it had definitely more chips and flaws than I wanted to really enjoy the car with. So I think the car might have been painted at one point a few decades ago, and we just refinished the front half of the car. It's a pretty good paint correction, pretty good color match. It was done by a paint shop that represents like 3-4 major dealerships around here. So you can imagine what they do is they fix a lot of little scratches and little nicks for the new cars before it's prepared for sale. So they're pretty good at color matching, and their paint booth is pretty good. And there was a little tear in the driver's bolster, and we have an upholsterer who's pretty amazing, and you cannot even tell that he did any work to it. What's really a standout for this car is the dashboard. I don't think it's ever been touched. It's just stood the test of time, and for those of you who know the 105 series, it's a very fragile material. I think this leads me to believe that it was always climate controlled, garaged environment for the most of its life. And the other part is the under chassis shows that the floor pan, the drain holes underneath the drivers and the passengers, is still intact. So wherever it stayed, it's always been in a relatively dry climate. Yeah, the interior, I can only imagine that there's no way the seats could have stayed this intact. So it might have been done at one point, but I believe the dashboard is to be original, and it has just a tick over 40,000 kilometers. I believe that's the true mileage, but you never know. What's great about this car is the doors close very nicely. As you guys know, for the 105, 115 series, it's next to impossible to pick up good door gaskets that allows good close. Same thing on the other side. Mechanically, it's always been maintained. We just recently did a complete fluid flush, and the brake master cylinders was just getting a little soft, so we went ahead and changed that. And the calipers, just from probably lack of use, the front calipers were binding, so we just replaced that as well. So as the video shows of me driving the car on the highway, it is a very, very lively 1300. Super smooth. Transmission is good in all 5 cylinders. It's got an interesting combination of yellow springs, which helps to bring the height down. I think it's always been a European height, but it's got a slightly stiffer springs. I don't know from where. Centerline International, I don't know where. But it has a KYB shocks. Most people would prefer Konis or Bilsteins, but it serves the purpose just fine. It's a very, very, very good handling car. And it still has the 165, I believe it's 165. Yeah, it's 165 SR15s. You know, I run plenty of cars with the 195, 65, 14 combination or the 185, 70, 14. Even though it's a very narrow width, it handles just as well. So I think these cars are meant to be driven not with wide profile, but exactly the way the engineers configured it from the factory. They knew what they were doing from the beginning. So yeah, so this is the car. It's really, really handsome in the Verde Muccio. I think it's a car that you can be proud to keep in your garage, add it to your collection, take it to your cars and coffees, or maybe even enter in a concourse. Thank you.